Welcome to Know Your Toastmasters Leader.
Do you remember the COP26 climate summit held right here in Glasgow in 2021? It was more than a global gathering. It was a moment of hope, where nations dared to dream of a net zero future by 2030. But dreams need doers, and Rebecca Ricketts is one of them. Her COP26 campaign touched over 55 million lives, sparking awareness and action across the globe. Today, she is working alongside the Glasgow Chamber of Commerce and Glasgow City Council, helping turn climate promises into progress. Let's meet Rebecca and discover how she's helping Glasgow lead the way to a brighter, greener tomorrow. Rebecca, tell us a bit about yourself, your first job at Scotland's top newspaper, and then the leap to launching your own company.
Yes, so I arrived in Scotland I arrived in Glasgow in 2001, and my very first job was working at the time Scotland's top-selling newspapers, the Daily Record and the Sunday Mail. And it was a baptism of fire. It was fast, it was furious, and what a way to learn on the job. It was a fantastic experience, and I was incredibly lucky to be surrounded by incredibly talented individuals who just had this amazing belief in myself. And I think that really gave me the confidence 10 years later, in my early 30s, to then go about setting about my own business. And I became a freelancer. I set up a limited company. And now I thoroughly enjoy working with a whole range of clients on projects and campaigns and marketing strategies.
You're part of the founding team behind Circular Glasgow. What exactly is Circular Glasgow, and what does it aim to achieve?
Circular Glasgow is a Glasgow Chamber of Commerce initiative, and the whole thinking behind Circular Glasgow is looking at supporting businesses right across the city, think about adopting more sustainable thinking and adopt circular economy practices. So what is circular economy? I suppose really it's a change of mindset in terms of encouraging people to think about what they would normally throw away and instead think about reusing, repurposing, remanufacturing, really keeping those materials and surfaces in action for as long as possible.
You created a campaign during COP26. What was that about?
The campaign was called Plate Up for Glasgow, and the main thrust of the campaign was really to shine a light on the issue of global food waste. So I created and delivered a campaign in partnership with over 42 hospitality venues right across the city. And what we did in the lead up to and during COP was that we offered diners an opportunity to enjoy a single low waste dining option, whether that be a meal or a drink. And the idea behind it was not only to showcase good practice in terms of reducing food waste, but also to create a toolkit to help people in their homes reduce the amount of food that they throw away. In terms of how it did, in the end, we reached 55.5 million people through the campaign, which was a phenomenal result. But importantly, we also saved over 3,500 dishes from going to landfill over the period of 5 weeks. And I think for me, the highlight was very much when the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, who are global experts in circular economy, cited the campaign as being a really strong example of what cities can achieve when they pull the business community together.
And how has this Toastmasters Club helped you to grow as a leader?
I think Toastmasters has been critical in terms of growing as a potential leader. I think the key thing for me is that it creates a really safe space for you to experiment and practice. I think as a leader, one of the key things to do is obviously provide evaluation. And I think learning how to provide constructive evaluation has been key, but also taking evaluation and thinking about, okay, what have I heard? How do I adapt that? And how do I put it into practice? I think the other key thing for me is Toastmasters is an international society. We're a group of friends, and You learn a lot by listening to other people, learning about their cultures, the tone, the style of delivery. And I think that's all really important in terms of how you adapt and how you change and how you communicate.
Right, let's play the rapid fire round. Rebecca, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your proudest professional achievement?
It has to be delivering Plate Up for Glasgow, working with the hospitality sector and mobilising them during actually what was probably the toughest trading period during COVID.
One personal habit that contributes to your success?
Listening. Without a doubt, I think listening is incredibly powerful, if not more powerful than speaking.
How do you handle failure as a leader?
I think with failure, I think the important thing is give yourself permission to grieve not achieving a goal. We're only human after all. And I think once you've come to terms with that, then taking the time to really deep dive in terms of, well, why was it a failure? Think about what you can do differently. And then the important bit is try again.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Lateness, especially when people don't give you a heads up that they're running late.
What are 3 things you would do to decarbonize Glasgow City?
Decarbonise the city, well, that is my passion. Obviously, work with as many businesses across the city, so it's scalable. And then on a personal level, obviously, food waste is important to me. So I always have a stock bag in my freezer, so any vegetable cut-offs go into the bag. Or we've all got a lemon in the fridge looking very sad and sorry for itself, so I usually slice that up and put it in the freezer so it's gin and tonic ready. And then the third thing is I have a bit of a personal policy. If somewhere is less than 5 miles away, I'll either walk or cycle.
Right, Rebecca, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Don't waste time thinking about it. Just get on and do it.